meeting, 16th.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I just started the stream. Let's hope it's actually going on. Alright.
Okay, let me share out. Let me just make sure that, yeah, the stream's going. Did you flip my mic off?
Your mic is on.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Happy Friday, happy spring break. We are here for some Metuchen High School wrestling as the 5-1 Bulldogs host the 1-6 Piscataway team. Eddie Kalegi here live on the Bulldog Report. The Bulldogs started their season with a loss in the first match, the first contest against St. Thomas Aquinas, who, of course, are the best team in the GMC Blue Division. But since then, Metuchen has picked up 5 consecutive victories. Most notably, Tuesday, they went on the road and defeated Middlesex 47-24, with Fran Rossiter, Brandon Kick, and Dean Serio winning by pins. Kobe Williams, Jack McGowan, and Dan Capron by decisions. Kira Walker, Eldon Haynes, and Marvin Milano by forfeit. This team went 14-4 last year, and we're looking to follow things up. Coach Kegel in his 4th season, now with a career record of 37-22 at the helm of this Metuchen program. On the other side, for Piscataway, they've been going the complete opposite direction. They won their season opener 46-27 against JP, and then since then have dropped 6 straight. They're currently 6th of 8 in the red division, trailing the unbeaten South Plainfield program, one of the better teams in the local area. And last match was a 46-20 defeat against St. Joe's. They only had 3 victories by decision and 1 for Dion Pleasant by technical fall. So we're about ready to go. We'll be starting in the 106-pound weight class, which I believe will be Dan Capron against Marco Meneses. I do not have a full lineup for Piscataway. I'm basing off of NJ.com, so apologies if I make any mistakes on the names there. But anyway, we are excited for some Friday morning wrestling here as the Bulldogs look for their 6th consecutive victory and look to start things off strong here on the right mat. Of course, for those unfamiliar with wrestling, they're using 2 mats this year to try to separate things and provide for some cleaning in between to abide by safety protocols. But we are underway in the lightweight contest between Meneses and Capron here in Metuchen. Capron and Meneses both looking for positioning, looking for quick points, and Capron goes towards the takedown and does a great job right there. Nice job by Meneses to escape out of it, though. 30 seconds in the opening period of 3 here in the matchup between Capron and Meneses. Meneses loses footing. Trying to stay upright. Capron now with the crossover move tries to take him down. And 2 points right there for Capron. So a couple of heads-up moves right there by Dan Capron here in this first minute of action. So now the question is, can Meneses get out of this? He rolled his way out of the first takedown, but now Capron trying to put him in a very awkward position and gets him down and takes him down quickly with the pin. What a start for the Bulldogs. A pin from Dan Capron. A great crossover move right there at the 109 mark. And we'll enter the 113-pound weight class with the Bulldogs on top 6-0. So an initial takedown from Capron, a quick escape from Meneses, and then Capron there with another takedown, which transitions into the pin, and that's 6 quick points for the Bulldogs. And the 113-pound class, Kira Walker, the only girl on this team, she'll win via forfeit, so Metuchen will go up 12-0 here. So a nice start for the Bulldogs with the pin and then the forfeit, and that gets us to the 120-pound weight class. As we'll get ready for the next bout, it'll be Desmond Pleasant, one of the top wrestlers here for Piscataway, who won by decision against St. Joe's back on Tuesday, getting ready to face off with Jaden Kearns. So they'll head over to the left mat after the initial bout was on the right mat. So we've gotten through the first 2 weight classes in just 50 seconds of action, but this should be a very exciting matchup here between Kearns and Pleasant. Pleasant trying to get some low positioning, forcing Kearns out near the end line. And Pleasant brings down Kearns and gets a couple of points. Nice job right there by Desmond Pleasant, who is jumping out on the offensive. Of course, Piscataway here in an early 12-point hole. And Kearns struggling a bit so far. Pleasant starts from the top and quickly gets Kearns into an uncomfortable position. Kearns restricted by right now. Coach Kegel trying to bring out some instructions. Coach Smith for Piscataway doing the same for Pleasant. And they'll stop play here at 111 on the mark here in the opening round of action here in the 120-pound class. Kearns escapes. Gets a point there, but now coming right back towards the takedown. Here comes Desmond Pleasant. Kearns, though, gets out of that. And a tie-up right now, and they'll stop things at 50 seconds. From neutral, and a quick dive by Pleasant. Kearns gets over the top. But now Pleasant spins back around. Desmond Pleasant showing off the athleticism there here against Jaden Kearns. Kearns trying to find his way out of it here against Pleasant. Under 30 seconds remaining here in the opening round. Kearns is almost up out of it, but goes back down. 12 seconds. And Kearns is out of it, but Pleasant quickly dives back. 5 seconds on the clock. No points being awarded right now, and the clock will run out here in the opening round. So a nice recovery there by Jaden Kearns, as it looked like Pleasant was trying to take full advantage there and secure some points. And Kearns with a nice effort there, and we'll head into round number 2. Kearns will start from the top here for round number 2. Pleasant with the quick spin move. Gets free and evasive there against Kearns. And now they'll reset at a neutral position. Pleasant again makes the dive towards the lower body of Kearns. He's been attacking that so far, and Kearns is really struggling there, but has been able to escape slowly but surely so far. Minute and a half remaining. We are halfway through this bout, and 2 quick points on the takedown there by Desmond Pleasant. Touching up 12-0. Dan Capron got a pin just 50 seconds into his contest with Marco Meneses. And then Kira Walker got 6 more points via a forfeit in the 113-pound class. And Piscataway might be 1-6, but they do have some talented wrestlers, and they are in the very contentious red division, having to face teams like St. Joe's and South Plainfield, as Kearns gets turned over the top and trying to keep free right now. But Desmond Pleasant is doing a great job here in the second round. Already got 2 points on a takeaway, and is continuing to try to keep Kearns down. "30 seconds. And that's going to be ruled a pin right there for Desmond Pleasant. So Piscataway gets on the board. A dominating performance for Desmond Pleasant, who won by decision in his last contest on Tuesday. And Piscataway gets 6 points now, so it's 12-6 the overall score here, as we will enter the 126-pound weight class right here. I don't have a listing on the wrestler from the 126-pound class for Piscataway, but it's Brian McCarthy for Metuchen as we get going here in the 4th bout of the day. Well, 4th class, 3rd bout. Right near the end line, McCarthy trying to get positioning, and they'll end up out of bounds with 1:44 on the clock here. from neutral position. McCarthy working it here. Gets pushed out near the end line. Keeps 2 points of contact in, so they stay in bounds for now. And now end up out of bounds. Again, they'll reset from neutral. Very evenly matched here through the first 40 seconds. No takedowns yet, but now McCarthy nearly gets brought down, still trying to stay alive, and again they're ending up right along the edge of that circle. And again they'll end up out of bounds, and again we will see a neutral set here at 108 in round number 1. Quick dive from the Piscataway wrestler, Brian McCarthy, trying to respond. No points awarded just yet, but McCarthy's in a dangerous position right here, and now 2 points right here on the takedown. McCarthy and Kern struggled against Middlesex on Tuesday. Metuchen was primarily dominant in the middle and higher weight classes than their lower classes, and we're seeing a similar story here as McCarthy struggling. Now gets into a better position, now is over the top as we have 15 seconds remaining in round 1, and an escape right there for Brian McCarthy. Time will run out here in round 1, so McCarthy gets the point for that escape there, but a takedown by the Piscataway wrestler at about the 30-second mark. That's the only scoring so far in this 126-pound bout. And McCarthy will start from the top position here in round number 2. And McCarthy, not a good one. A nice transition from below from the Piscataway wrestler right there. No bout has gone the distance yet today. We saw the 52nd finish by Dan Capron, and then in the 120-pound bout, Desmond Pleasant over Kearns, and now a close one here with McCarthy, who has struggled a bit here in the 126-pound bout for Metuchen, as Piscataway is hoping to cut into the lead or potentially even the score with a pin. McCarthy's doing everything he can to try to stay alive in this one, but really struggling to get out of this position, and he had the favorable start from over the top at the start of the second round, and it was a great transition from the Piscataway wrestler to completely flip the script on him, and McCarthy has had no chance here for the past minute or so. And that'll be it. At the 31-second mark, a pin right there for Piscataway. Second straight, they get ones in the 120 and the 126. Brian McCarthy had no chance there at the start of the second round. And now Fran Rossiter will start the 132-pound bout against, I believe it's Dean Pleasant here, brother of Desmond Pleasant, who won on a technical fall against St. Joe's. As we get into action, once again a reminder, a thank you to the Metuchen Education Foundation. They funded the Get Loud grant, which has made this broadcast and every broadcast all year long in Metuchen possible. We'll have more action from wrestling and, of course, spring sports like baseball and softball coming up in the very near future as we enter the spring months. And we're glad to have you with us here on a Friday morning. We're in the 132-pound bout. We are even at 12 so far between Metuchen and Piscataway. No bout has gone to a round 3 just yet. All 3 that have happened have ended in pins, and then Metuchen's other 6 points have come from a forfeit in the 113-pound class. And Rossiter, the sophomore, who came on as a freshman phenom last year and will be a key leader of this team going forwards with all the seniors that are graduating here in the class of 2021, facing off here against Dion Pleasant. And it'll be pushed out of bounds at the 105 mark, and they will get ready to set from a neutral position. And a quick stoppage right here at the 105 mark. Rossiter still trying to stay loose. So a quick synopsis of what we've seen so far. Metuchen got started off on a bang with Dan Capron in the 106-pound class over Marco Meneses in just 50 seconds on a pin. And then at the 113, Kira Walker won via forfeit, but then back-to-back pins here for Piscataway on Jaden Kearns and Brian McCarthy, the first of which by Desmond Pleasant. And that's where we sit right now. This Piscataway team has struggled this year, but are coming off of a pretty nice season. They went 13-8 last year, 5-2 in the GMC Red Division. They lost in the Section 2 Group 5 North semifinals against Westfield and lost 6 seniors from that year. So this is a pretty young and inexperienced team. They're putting up a nice fight here against Metuchen, who still have a lot of their senior wrestlers to come in the middle classes. But after that stoppage, we're back going with 50 seconds remaining in period number 1. Rossiter gets pushed out, and they'll set from the neutral position at the 45-second mark here in the opening round. Rossiter makes a head fake, but now Pleasant goes back at him. And another neutral position as they get pushed out to the edge of the circle. We've seen a lot of that today. These guys have been struggling to stay in bounds. There's been a lot of pushing and shoving and not a lot of takedowns, at least at the start. And then usually today we've seen the second round be decisive, primarily in Piscataway's advantage so far. As Rossiter getting pushed down, trying to stay alive here. And he gets back up and gets pushed out of bounds with 4 seconds on the clock, so not much to happen right here at the neutral position. 4 seconds. Pleasant takes a quick dive. Actually, it's 9 seconds. My bad. As Pleasant trying to do something, but that will end period number 1, so both wrestlers keep it even here through the opening round. Rossiter begins from over the top. Pleasant gets free of it. Nice job right there by Dion Pleasant, and now they're back in an even position at the 147 mark here in period number 2. Rossiter gets thrown down by Pleasant. Trying to avoid a full-on takedown, and he tries to get back up, and he does. Great work right there by Fran Rossiter, and we still stay even here, and now pushed out of bounds. From neutral, here they go, 125 remaining in round number 2. Rossiter gets free of Pleasant, now goes down, but Pleasant with a nice recovery. They'll spin around. Can he secure some points here? Nothing's been awarded yet in this bout. Coach Smith thought that was a takedown and thought they could have gotten 2 points right there, but nothing awarded from the official. Under a minute remaining here in round number 2. Rossiter is doing everything he can to stay alive right now. Coach Smith is livid that nothing's been awarded yet, but here it comes. Coach Kegel trying to inspire Rossiter. Pleasant currently has the advantage. 23 seconds. Can Rossiter get an escape? Or can Pleasant try to finish him off? It has been domination over the past minute, but some action picking up right now. Clock winding down in round number 2. Rossitero's going to stay alive, but you could tell Coach Smith thought a lot earlier that Pleasant had secured that takedown, but eventually the 2 points were awarded. So now Rossiter in a precarious position, starting from below here in round 3 and currently trailing. Needs to get out of this quickly, but Pleasant getting nice positioning and rolls right over the top. Now Rossiter gets back up. Piscataway looking for their 3rd consecutive victory in a bout. They've won 2 pins in a row, and Rossiter gets thrushed down by Pleasant. £138 class is next. I believe that's Jack McGowan against Jorge Escalante next. Minute and 22 seconds. This is the first bout to reach a 3rd round today. Rossiter fights his way back up, but then gets brought back down by Pleasant. A minute remaining. Rossiter needs to change things and quickly, but Dion Pleasant is dominating right now. 3rd straight time we've seen a wrestler for Piscataway struggle a bit in the first round and then kick it into high gear in the second. He couldn't finish it off in the second, but did get that decisive takedown, as there have only been those 2 points awarded so far right here. "32 seconds. They get a stoppage. Rossiter will be from below. This will be key here for Metuchen. And Rossiter gets thrown down again. Almost got out of that. Clock winding down to 15 seconds now, and Piscataway, after trailing by 12, is about to take the lead. Rossiter with one last ditch as we get under 10 seconds remaining here in round number 3. And no pin, but that's going to run out the clock here in round number 3. And via decision, Piscataway gets on top. Pleasant won on a technical fall against St. Joe's and now gets a decision here. And 15 unanswered for Piscataway to give them a 15-12 advantage here. Next matches for both of these teams. Metuchen faces off with Colonia tomorrow at 12 o'clock, while Piscataway's next contest is Tuesday at home against Howell. Wrestling season moving quickly, of course, an abbreviated season, of course, very different with wrestling going on right now. It started 2 months later than the typical winter sports because of restrictions regarding high contact indoor athletics, but so far so good with wrestling. So it's, of course, commending all of the athletes and the coaches who have made sure to keep things safe and that we've been able to conduct a wrestling season even during these difficult times. Jack McGowan in right now against Jorge Naranjo Escalante for the Piscataway team. And McGowan throws him down hard and is going to get a takedown there and get the 2 quick points early. That is exactly what the Bulldogs needed after 3 straight defeats. Trying to get some momentum back as they head towards the middle classes where they tend to dominate. .115 remaining in the opening round. McGowan almost had him down in a pin, but escaping right there, doing a nice job staying alive down there, is Escalante. And they'll roll a pin. Great job right there by Jack McGowan. Second first-round pin from Metuchen so far, both from juniors. First from Capron, now from McGowan. And Metuchen will go back on top, 18-15. So first victory since the 113-pound class. And now we get set at 145 as Tyler Haynes will face Anthony Ferreira. Haynes, one of the key leaders of this team, has committed to continue to wrestle in college at the University of Southern Maine. And Coach Kegel has said how much of a role model that Tyler is for younger wrestlers, especially since he'll be continuing in college, that he's been successful with the team for 4 years and gets to continue it outside of the high school, that he sets a great example for all of these younger wrestlers as Metuchen continues to try to build a culture here. As Tyler Haynes doing a great job against Ferreira, brings him down, can't get any points though yet. Ferreira squirming around underneath. But Tyler Haynes clearly on the offensive early. Haynes trying to pull back his arm, trying to finish this off very early, but if he cannot here, this would be quite the expansion of energy that could give Ferreira a little bit of an advantage heading into a future round. But Haynes gets a nice one right there at 102. Tyler Haynes takes him down on another pin for Metuchen. Back-to-back from McGowan and Haynes, and the Bulldogs lead at 24-15. Very impressive performance. And now Metuchen will add more via a forfeit at the 152-pound class. Piscataway did not have a wrestler at 152 in the last one either, but now one of the more interesting matchups will be coming as Metuchen, after 15 straight points knocked off by Piscataway in the 120, 126, and 132-pound classes. Metuchen now gets 18, but now a big one here. Karim Khan against Alvaro Turchi. Turchi won by decision in his matchup against the St. Joe's wrestler in the 160-pound class on Tuesday, and Karim Khan has been one of the key senior leaders of this Bulldog team. Also have to give a shout out to Karim on my end for letting me know of some more of the rules so I could provide some better play-by-play and analysis of the wrestling this season in the games that I'm commentating. A thank you to him for that. But now focusing back out on the mat, Karim Khan here against Alvaro Turchi as we start heading towards the heavyweight matchups. If Piscataway wants any chance, this is one they have to win. But down 15, the chances are getting very slim as Metuchen has completely taken the momentum back on back-to-back first-round pins from McGowan and Haynes. Metuchen's had some bad losses in the lower weight classes today, but all three of their wins have been incredibly decisive with pins in the first round and their other two coming via forfeit. But even without those two forfeits, Metuchen would still be in the lead by 3 right now. Very evenly matched so far between Khan and Turchi. Next scheduled bout is at 170 between Kobe Williams and Jude Adekanye. And Karim Khan with the quick takedown there. 2 points for Metuchen. Turchi trying to escape. And doing a good job of it so far. Now Khan regains some positioning, and Turchi is going to get back up out of it. So 1 point right there, 2-1 your score with 10 seconds remaining here in the opening round. So Khan with the takedown, Turchi with the escape. Some impressive athleticism from both of these 160-pounders, and that will take us to the end of the first period. Khan will start from over the top. Now, Metuchen has been incapable of taking advantage of being over the top so far. Let's see what they can do here. But Khan right now with nice positioning right here. Really just jumped at it right out of the gate and does a great job here. Now Turchi is going to have to try to escape for the second time. And Turchi gets back up. Impressive yet again right there from Alvaro Turchi, and we're even at 2. Approaching the halfway mark of the bout, 1:17 remaining here in round number 2. Likely 3 more bouts after this. Piscataway did not have a wrestler in the 200s that would face Matt Bianchini in their last matchup on Tuesday, and Turchi gets forced out of bounds by Khan. They'll start from neutral. 1 minute remaining in round 2. We are halfway through in the 160-pound bout as we head towards the heavyweights, and we could have some exciting battles here. And Piscataway, this is possibly a must-pin situation, down by 15, needing some points in a hurry. Metuchen with 18 straight, 2 pins and a forfeit for McGowan, Haynes, and Kick respectively. Khan versus Turchi. 20 seconds now. And Turchi again, spinning Khan around, and gets free of him. 5 seconds. Clock will run out. We are even at 2 after 2 rounds. Coach Kegel with some directions for Khan. Coach Smith with some instructions for Turchi, and we'll reset for a final 2 minutes here in probably the best contest we've seen so far. Very evenly matched. Khan from an unfavorable position now gets back over the top. Nice transition right there to get over Turchi. And now it's up to Alvaro Turchi to get out of there. And Turchi does. Another point. 3rd escape we've seen from Alvaro Turchi. He is racking them up and thus racking up the points. We have only had 1 decision so far. It was Dion Pleasant over Fran Rossiter at 132. Everything else has either been a pin or a forfeit today. Only the second one to reach a 3rd round. One minute to go. By my count, Turchi is up 3-2 right now. 4-3. So Metuchen has the advantage 4-3 right now. Khan trying to get positioning on Turchi with 35 seconds remaining. He could use one more takedown right here, especially since Turchi has already escaped 3 times in this bout. And Turchi trying to get over on Khan. Lifts him up, brings him down. Khan trying to spin out of it. Great job by Karim Khan. 15 seconds. Piscataway sidelines desperately wanted those 2 points right there, but didn't get it. Khan's got it. Time will run out. What a battle between Karim Khan and Alvaro Turchi, and Khan will win it 4-3 via decision. 3 points for Metuchen, and it's 33-15. Turchi won against St. Joe's, so a nice victory right here. Turchi won via decision in his 160-pound bout against the Falcons. And now Metuchen with Karim Khan, who is a bit of an unsung hero sometimes. Everybody focuses, of course, on Tyler Haynes and also Brandon Kick, but Karim Khan has been instrumental on this team for these past 4 years. And this will actually set up Dean Serio here against, I believe it's Jude Adekanye at 170. Kobe Williams has also wrestled at 170 this season, but it'll be Serio right here. Serio, a senior, doesn't always wrestle, but he has that experience playing football this year, and he's got a big takedown on Adekanye right now, but Adekanye spins out of it. And Serio finishes him off. A roaring start right there for Dean Serio, who gets the 28-second pin. And Metuchen is now all over Piscataway, 39-15. $182, I believe this is Kobe Williams against Ozzie Hillard for Piscataway. Williams does not have the height advantage here, but might have the strength advantage as he gets a nice start here against Hillard. Kobe's got him down again. The official keeping an eye, and there's another one. The Metuchen seniors taking over right now. First it was Serio, now it's Williams, back-to-back pins. And the Bulldogs add 6 more to make it 45-15. 33 unanswered points. And Metuchen is rolling. And at 195, this should send out Marvin Milano against Richard Bowtang Ba. Bowtang Ba won via decision against St. Joe's in Piscataway's 46-20 loss. And they're just seeking some momentum here. It looked like everything was shifting their way, but Metuchen, so many pins in this one, all of them have come in the first round. Metuchen has 5 pins from Capron, McGowan, Haynes, Serio, and Williams. And now Milano looking to keep the momentum going. Milano did not wrestle against Middlesex. He was one of the 3 wrestlers to win via forfeit, as the Blue Jays did not have a wrestler in his class. A nice transition by Bowtang Ba, one of the top wrestlers here for the Chiefs. To get an early 2-0 lead right there on the takedown. Milano trying to fight his way back, but struggling right now. We knew coming in this one, and then the bouts against the Pleasant brothers and Turchi would be some of the biggest challenges. And an escape there as well, and quickly a 3-point first-round lead here for Bowtang Ba. He was the heaviest wrestler to compete for the Chiefs in their match on Tuesday against St. Joe, so this could be the last bout. So it was an escape for Milano, and now 2 points back towards Piscataway, who now lead at 4-1. Coach Kegel trying to motivate his junior wrestler, but Milano is struggling right here in the heavyweight bout, as time will run out in round number 1. Metuchen 45, Piscataway 15 overall, but that's quite the dichotomy from what we've seen so far, as Richard Bowtang Ba has jumped out to a major advantage against Marvin Milano. Here we go in period number 2. Milano doing a good job right now staving off from Bowtang Bob, but we know he's going to bring the pressure very soon. If Milano can stay on his feet as long as he can, that could be good to try to rest up at least for a few seconds and then try to get back on the offensive. .120 remaining here in round number 2 in the 195-pound bout. Metuchen led by 12, then it was 15 straight from Piscataway, and since then 33 unanswered points as Milano with a nice takedown outside. What a transition! They ruled 2 points right there for the takedown, though, so it's 4-3. So Milano gains some time, and now he'll be over the top at 106. That was crucial, and that could be a momentum shifter. And Milano gets a penalty for locking hands, so that will add a point on the other side to make it 5-3. See Coach Kegel on that Metuchen sideline disappointed right after such a crucial turn of events right there on the takedown from Milano. He loses a point for locking hands. So 5-3, minute to go here in round 2. Milano thrashes him down. Marvin Milano with an extra burst of energy here in the second round. Typically today, we've been seeing the Piscataway wrestlers being the ones who have gained the advantage in round 2 after an even first round, but Milano is turning the tape on that. Bulldogs looking to get to 6-1 on the season. And other than a 10-point loss against St. Thomas, this has been an unblemished year so far as we round down this abbreviated wrestling season for the Dogs, and led by their many seniors. Coach Kegel looking to improve to 38-22 overall. This is his 60th match at the helm of this program. It's round 2 about to come to a close. With a 6-3 advantage for Bowtang Bob, Milano goes aggressive right at the end. Coach Kegel is impressed with how he acted at the very end of that. But Milano is in the hole, down by 3, and needs to do something quickly here in these final 2 minutes. And away we go. Milano around his waist. But Bowtang Bob with the transition. Milano trying to stay alive. And a takedown right there. That could be really the crusher, as that gives Bowtang Bob a 5-point lead, 8-3 at 1:37 now remaining in round 3. And now he's trying to go for the finish here as he's throwing Milano around. Trying to get the advantage. Milano trying to twist back out of it. And now Milano is over the top. 2 more points were awarded there on another takedown to make it 10-3, but now Milano gets 2 right back. 10-5. An escape, though, from Bowtang Bob makes it 11-5. Just over a minute remaining. And nearly out of bounds. 2 points of contact still in right now. And now they'll go out of bounds, but 44 seconds left, and it looks like Bowtang Bob might be able to restore some confidence here. You see Coach Smith even demonstrating on his assistant on a move that he'd like to see his wrestler accomplish there. As we're at 44 seconds. Bowtang Bob will begin from the top. 8-point lead, so he's got a chance at a major here, but now down to 7, 13-6, 37 seconds. Next points awarded could be crucial, and there it is right there. Another takedown. 7th takedown in just under 6 minutes. We said it. He is one of their top wrestlers up there with Turchi and Desmond and Dion Pleasant, and they have not disappointed, and that's going to wrap this one up at 15-6. Add some points right there to make it 45-21 via the pin. So points for Piscataway. They got a pin from Desmond Pleasant at 120. They got a pin, I believe now that was Brian Butler at 126. They won on a decision with Dion Pleasant, and then a pin from Bowtang Ba. However, at the heavy classes, Metuchen, like we said, Piscataway did not have any wrestlers above 195 pounds in their last contest with St. Joe's, so Kevin Stecker will get via the forfeit there. Make it 51-21. But it looks like we will have a super heavyweight match at 285. I do not have listed the name for Piscataway, as this wrestler did not participate the last couple. And then it's Matt Bianchini. And once again, apologies on any mistakes in the Piscataway names. There was not a listed lineup at the scorer's table before we started, so I'm just basing off what I've seen from their previous bouts at each weight class on NJ.com. But anyway, we do know this is Matt Bianchini from Metuchen, who has been key on this team as a junior, and another one who's really going to have to become a foundational leader of the program next year when Haynes and Kick and Kahn and Williams and Serio, and along with Jaden Kearns, all graduate. Metuchen will get to 6-1. This will wrap things up today in the heavyweight 285-pound matchup. And a thank you to everybody who's tuned in today for some Friday morning wrestling. Metuchen back at it tomorrow against Colonial, while Piscataway's next contest will be Tuesday against Howell. Metuchen also has a new home meet, which was scheduled for Tuesday, while they'll host Homedale. And, of course, all of our home meets, you can tune in right here on the Bulldog Report. And a thank you once again to the Metuchen Education Foundation for their Get Loud grant. As Bianchini, first takedown belongs to Piscataway, as they'll take a 2-0 advantage. Bianchini looking for the escape, but hasn't been able to do it yet. "20 seconds remaining here in the final bout, 285. Time will run out here in the opening period, with Piscataway leading 2-0 on the one takedown at about the 40-second mark. So Bianchini will be over to the top, where Metuchen has really struggled so far today. But he gets some decent positioning right here. Let's see if he can capitalize. The Piscataway wrestler trying to get out of there. Bianchini unwavering though. Bit of a scrum right now. No points awarded here. 2-0 overall the score on the one takedown in the first round by virtue of Piscataway. Metuchen has secured 5 pins today, which has been impressive. They only had 3 against Middlesex, those coming from Fran Rossiter, Brandon Kick, and Dean Serio. The only wrestler to do it back-to-back matches here is Dean Serio. He's had pins now against Middlesex and again today against Piscataway. And has been very impressive. Of course, he has not been a 4-year wrestler, but he is on this team as Bianchini trying to make something happen at the 42nd mark here in round 2. "25 seconds. And getting out of there, breaking free. And a quick transition and a takedown. Great job by the Piscataway wrestler right there to give himself a 4-0 advantage here. 10 seconds remaining in round 2. And Bianchini is struggling. And once again, not a huge surprise, but Metuchen's dominance really comes in their middleweight classes. That's where a lot of their seniors are. That's where Rossiter is, Jack McGowan. When you get to the lightweight and you get to the heavyweight, Metuchen can tend to struggle. It's really the foundation right at the middle. But when a lot of those middleweight wrestlers are going to be gone, someone like Bianchini next year really is going to have to step up and take advantage in the heavyweight class. Because not only is it important, of course, for a heavyweight wrestler, of course, to get some points then, but as it being one of the last matches, that can really serve as a momentum shifter or a momentum carrier. How you translate to the very end of a match can translate to what you end up doing in your next match and can kind of help the team sort of build going forwards. But Bianchini here struggling. He has been over the top quite a lot, but just hasn't been able to flatten the Piscataway wrestler out and has not been able to get any points here as we are under a minute and a half here in the third round. But regardless here, Metuchen will improve to 6-1 with their 6th consecutive victory, while Piscataway will fall to 1-7, 7 straight losses. Disappointing for them. As Bianchini gets him back flat, now trying to get a pin. And that'll do it. What a transition by Matt Bianchini, down by 4 to recover. Piscataway wrestler a little shaken up. That was an aggressive move by Bianchini, down by 4. But a great win and a great momentum builder. So Bianchini, after being down for that entire bout, takes advantage in round 3, and that will do it for today. A 57-21 victory right here. Metuchen improves to 6-1. Coach Joseph Kegel improves to 38-22 in his time with the Bulldogs, and they'll get ready for tomorrow against Colonia. As for Piscataway, they fall to 1-7, 7 straight losses as they sit 6th right now in the Red Division, with their next match coming on Tuesday against Howell. Quick rundown once more of the box score. Dan Capron won on a pin at 106 for Metuchen. Kira Walker via forfeit at 113. Desmond Pleasant and Brian Butler with pins at 120 and 126 for Piscataway. And then Dion Pleasant won via decision in a 3-round bout with Fran Rossiter at 132. A pin for Jack McGowan at 138 for the Bulldogs. Tyler Haynes had 145, a pin as well. Brandon Kick a forfeit at 152. Then maybe the most exciting battle of the day. Karim Khan wins via decision 4-3 over Alvaro Turchi at 160. Dean Serio with a quick pin in just 28 seconds of Jude Adekanye at 170. Kobe Williams with a pin at 182 of Ozzie Hillard. Then a pin for Richard Bowtang Ba over Marvin Milano. And then finally, a forfeit for Stecker at 220, and Bianchini with a pin at 285, and 57-21 is your final score. So we hope you enjoyed. Once again, a thank you to the Metuchen Education Foundation for providing the Get Loud grant. We will have many more streams coming up, especially since spring sports, baseball and softball, just 2 weeks away. But until next time, this is Eddie Kalegi signing off here on the Bulldog Report. Once again, your final score, Metuchen 57, Piscataway 21.